Hey guys, I'm so excited today to be making this video. I haven't made a video for YouTube in a pretty long time. I mean, I was really into it a few weeks ago, like starting my astrology business and all that. But obviously, when you start a spiritual business, you can't really sustain only on that because it takes like a very very long time to reach people, especially in today's time, because so many people are starting their own business, so many people are like trying to be like to get their name out there. And also, like, I just bought a house maybe 8 months ago or whatever with my boyfriend, so we have to pay the house. And I decided to get back into the service industry as a server. I used to work as a server in a steakhouse back in 2013 to 2019, I believe, maybe a little less. No, 2019. And I did enjoy my time a lot, and obviously, like, the money was really really good. So I quit the restaurant industry back then to become a welder, because as every other servers, you you're always telling yourself like, oh, this is great, this is great, but it's not a real career. And like, it's so funny because I had so many clients talking to me and be like, so girl, what is your real job? No, no, no. Or when are you getting a real job? And I was like, yo, girl, like, this freaking $250 I get every single day after work is real fucking money. But anyways, people are just retarded like that. And I was asked like so many times, like, when are you getting a real job, blah blah blah. Even when I told my boss at Rubens that I was going to become a welder, that I needed to like lower my shifts to only 2 shifts a week because I was going back to school, he was also like very very excited for me. He was very proud. So like, it really felt right at the time. and and plus, like, going back to school was probably the best decision I made, because I've met like the love of my life that I've been with for 3 years today. And we bought a house together. We have naked cats together. We have a dumb black cat that pisses everywhere all the time together. But it's okay. We love her. We love her. She's a special case, but it's spicy. It's our love. So like, I don't regret going to school at all. Like, it kind of like cut my life a bit in two, and like, I got to like learn a very cool competence to be a welder. And I got to work for the army, like a military base in Montreal. Then I got to work in a custom shop where I was making things like out of scratch. It was really cool. Although welding, I don't think it was for me, because it's a cool thing to know how to weld things. It's a cool thing to know how to like build things from your hands, and like, especially as a woman, we it's cool to like be able to say that not only men are able to build things, like us women too. So it was a very cool experience in my life, but it wasn't driving me to get out of bed every day. Like, at the contrary, like, I did not want to go because I don't know, it's so dirty. You're breathing like very toxic fumes every day. And like, I couldn't wear the mask. The mask was just like making me like so cluttered and like unable to breathe, or like my face was hurting, and because you have to wear it tight. And like, my nails were always, I know it's such a dumb reason, but my nails were always all black inside, and like my hands were just like broken everywhere. Like, it's just, I know it's a dumb excuse, but it was just not me. And so basically afterwards, I decided to try kindergarten. And like, I was not really happy at the place I was anymore. Like, the bus was really fucked up. Like, the friend that I had there started dating the bus, and I started being between both of them. And like, they were telling me secrets, and I had to keep it for myself. And it's dumb because I pushed my boyfriend to quit his job to come work with me because my boss was offering him more. And then he started working with me, and like a month later, I think I fucked off. And like, the boss was really like, was acting like an idiot to me, because like, me and the girl kind of got into a fight. And obviously, I have such a problem with authority that, I was unable to let him tell me what to do, or to let him like pretend that I was not working well anymore, when I of course knew that I was probably the girl that was like, get her to be like in trouble. No, 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 we hate each other now. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's all in the past now, but so yeah, I quit, and it was probably a dick move for my boyfriend because he had to stay there alone when he did not wanted to quit his other job, when the language barrier there was really strong because he's English and people were speaking mostly French. And I kind of got him like into a shitty situation, but today he's happy because he ended up leaving there and got a job in aerospatial welder. Like he's like working on planes and stuff, planes part, and he gets a very good salary and he's well like placed. So everything happens for a reason, I think, in life. um, it's the way I think. It's the way that like my grandma always told me, like, aide-toi, le ciel t'aidera, meaning like help yourself, the sky will help you. And I mean, back then when I know I'm going back and forth here a bit, but I did got sober 3 years ago when I started dating my boyfriend, and then I felt like, I was making the right decisions. I was doing the right thing. Like, went back to school. Like, got with him, got sober, then worked for the army, then worked for that place, and then we ended up moving to his mom's house so we could save for a house because today's world, like during quarantine and all that, like the price for the houses just rise so high, and I didn't feel like living in an apartment paying like 1,200 a month when I could have a house for that much money every month. So we decided to like move to his mom's house, and which was really hard because we were so many in the house, and the mom, one of the most amazing women I met in my life by million, but we still like couldn't really live in the same house. Like when there's I'm 31 years old, so like I've been on my own for a very long time, and like getting told what to do or what to not do, or like like having like limited space for me was a very tough time. And I decided to like get on like antidepressant at that time because like things were too hard. Like switching jobs all the time was really hard for me. Like saving money with my boyfriend, like trying to look for a house and stuff. And I have like a bad past of like trauma. And I'm like, this morning I decided to do a video, and now I'm just like blah 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 blah, like non-stop talking. It's probably why I want to do YouTube videos because I have so much to say. It's funny, like I wanted to write a book once about my life. I thought it would be the coolest thing, but I would make a lot of people angry probably. But I guess like none of my family goes on YouTube, so they don't care. They probably won't see me there. But yeah, like I have like a past life of a lot of traumas, but like real traumas, like real deal traumas. And getting sober like made me face all those traumas. But getting sober is like literally the best decision I've ever made in my life. I encourage everyone to do it because it's literally like society's best hidden secret for happiness, for a good life. It's just you do have to face like some of the traumas. Hi Pisces, she's a pisser. Um, so yeah. Anyways, I got onto the antidepressant and decided to, like get my life under control. And so I worked there at that place. We bought our house, and then eventually we moved into a house in Saint Therese. Then I quit that place to get into a kindergarten because I got a reading from a astrologist, a 13 sign astrologist, which I absolutely adored. Like I was always like a very like set on tropical astrology. I'm a Cancer, rising Gemini, moon in Capricorn. Like it was set. I was believing in that, and I studied my chart forever. Like I studied my signs forever, but I never thought I related to my signs that much. I was like moon in Capricorn. I'm like the worst worker in the world. Like get fired all the time. I quit my jobs all the time. That's not a Capricorn and moon, you know, like my moon in Sagittarius makes so much more sense to me because like I'm an explorer. I want to know about everything. I talk nonstop. Like I want to try this kind of job, this kind of job, this kind of job. You know, like I'm always moving. I'm always like discovering something new. So to me, it made more sense. Anyways, back to the kindergarten. So I tried the kindergarten for, well, daycare makes more sense, for about 4 months. I liked it, and I didn't. Like to me, it was way too much emotion, way too much to deal with. The kids were adorable. I think they're amazing little beings, but I have no patience for that shit. And the people there were just so mean, like so judgmental. Like I don't know why, but like the woman industry, and I'm a woman. Like I love women, like woman power, go go go. But when you're in an environment with just women, it sucks. I don't know why, but like I feel like we're not in a stage in our life yet where where women are like, let's hold on together, you know, like women power, like let's love each other, let's appreciate, let's help each other. No, it's not like that. It's literally like the opposite. The women are just against each other all the time. They judge each other. I walked in the kindergarten. They all looked like down on me, and like they're all like, like, you know, like I was not getting help from anyone. I was just getting like cold answers or like sarcastic answers and arrogant, like condescending, like all of that. So it was a really tough place to work at, and you know, so and I ended up getting not like they didn't fire me. I left because they told me, oh yeah, like you know, you're only here till September because like some women wants to come back and na na na, so we won't have any more room for you anymore. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why would they not tell me that in the beginning? You know, like why telling me this when I'm like 4 months there taking care of the worst group too? Like they had that one group of like 1.5 year old where I think they had three different teachers. One got sick, one got pregnant, the other one just fucked off because she was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not taking care of those little monsters. But, like, those kids were like monsters because, like, I mean, they kept getting like a different teacher, you know? Like, kids are like, they take a long time to adapt, you know? They need like security, they need. So, they didn't get that with that group. And I just got there and I tried to like do as best I could, and like you know I was getting judged because I was making mistakes and blah 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 blah. My kids were just running everywhere. It was just such a mess. Um, so yeah, I decided to once again leave. I was so mad too. Like there's no fucking way I'm giving you 2 weeks notice when you literally just told me I was here to replace someone, and then now you're like letting me go. Like it makes no sense to me. Like you know when you hired me, you told me like you're offering me a full-time position, and then all of a sudden, oh, cause this woman's that quit wants to come back, like I'm out. What is going on? Anyways, like I said, so after that I was kind of lost because you know I'm a Gemini with moon in Sagittarius. I'm already lost. I'm a duality everywhere. Like I have so many planets in Gemini and Sagittarius. That's the 13th sign, by the way, like the 13th sign astrology, not the tropical one, the one that everyone knows, the one I believe to, and the one that changed my life. And yeah, that's why I went into a daycare, because my astrologer told me I should be a teacher. And I spend my life trying to teach things to people and try to convince people things, and like you know I learn about something and I just want to tell the whole world about it. So that's when I knew that I should be a teacher. I should teach people. I should like help people. Like, and that's why I went to the daycare, because I thought that I would be doing that there. But obviously, it was the wrong place. So after that, I decided to go back into the restaurant industry because I wanted to make a bunch of money, pay for my house, you know, like get a normal bank account back into shape because my bank account was like crying in the inside as I was crying in the inside. You know, my boyfriend's like working like so hard for the both of us, and I'm just there like I'm 31 years old and like I'm helpless. Anyways, so I decided to go back to the restaurant industry, which I thought would be paradise. Like, I'm gonna be making so much money. We're gonna be rich. That's literally what I was telling my boyfriend, and it's not what happened. The first place I that called me was Aloma Coco, where I live here. I walked in there the first day and not knowing anything, and I carried that whole place on my shoulder. I looked at the Google reviews and they were saying how bad, how awful that place was. Like, it's so long, blah 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 blah. And I was like, like maybe people are just mean with that place. Maybe it's a better place than we think. Hi, this is Athena. You wanna say hi to the camera? Hello, baby. Oh, she's pregnant. Anyways, no, like, horrible place. Like, you don't even, I cannot even begin to describe how bad it was. Like, I had to carry the whole place on my shoulder. Like, freaking customers were like going to the bus saying like, yo, she should be a server, because that first day I was just helping out. And so I decided not to go back because it was shameful. Like, the glasses were all dirty, like the utensils were dirty. People were walking out. The owner didn't even give a fuck. They were like, well, fuck them then. Like, it was so bad. So I just decided to not go back. Then I got hired at a different place called the Express in Laval. That place was run well, clean. The food seemed really good. It's just, again, woman environment, toxic as fuck. Like, sarcasm, like arrogance, like people, like those women talking to me like a piece of shit, and like getting stressed when the two tables were like walking at the same time. I was just like, come on, girl. Like, we don't even sell 700 per day, and you're stressed like that. Like, I don't know. If I was selling 2 grand a day, like I used to at Rubens Deli Steakhouse, maybe like the stress, the yelling, all that, it's kind of worth it because you're leaving with a stack of money like this, and you're like, whatever. You're gonna go drink your life away after that. Even I don't drink anymore. That would be more like Oreos and like Coke. Drown my sorrows. But so yeah, I left that place too because it was just ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not working here. Like, I'm making no money. I'm getting yelled at. People are so stressed. Like, it's not worth it. So that comes to me again leaving a job. I took a couple weeks vacation with my boyfriend because he was on vacation, and I was like, like, we should just take time together. Like, we haven't had time together since we bought the house, and we don't have money for vacation, so we just decided to stay home and chill and game and like play. And in the meantime, I was set on starting my astrology business. So I got a few contracts with people doing like birth charts, tarot reading. It was great. It really worked, but I mean, it only worked for a little amount of time because like I was sending my annals on marketplace and stuff, and I feel like I got all the people that would be interested in marketplace. Like, I got a bunch of people, but after that it kind of like died down. And also I didn't have much time to like work on it because then after the week vacation, 2 weeks, I got hired at L'Avenue in Laval. That place, my god. And like after that, like things got too stressful, too busy, too like left and right. I wasn't able to like keep going with the business because like I didn't mention it before, but the sole reason I went back to the restaurant industry is that I wanted to start my astrology company, which I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to like become an astrologer, become a tarot reader, because I'm very very good at like feeling people, feeling their energy. Like, I'm really good at reading a birth chart. I can tell you anything you want about yourself. I can tell you things you don't even know about yourself yet, but that you always kind of knew subconsciously. And I even tarot I haven't been doing for too long, but like for some reason things are so accurate. I don't know if it's the energy I put in, the people's energy, or like the room that I do it in, but like the freaking like readings are like scarily like accurate. So I decided to like, I wanted to do that for a living, but obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's so hard to get out there. It's so hard to get your name out there, like especially in Quebec here. Like, we're not in California where everyone is into astrology. Like, in Quebec, like most people like made fun of me in the annonce that I did on Marketplace or whatever. People were like, "What the fuck, scam?" Anyways, so I don't even know where I was anymore. Anyways, like things got like kind of like busy left and right, and L'avenue like called me, and then I went to do training there, and I wasn't able to like really work on my videos or work on my astrology career anymore, because like I'm someone that, you know, I can't focus on too many things at the same time. I need to focus. I'm like the worst woman ever. Like two things happens at the same time. I'm like, oh, I can't. So when I was supposed to make my website with my brother-in-law, which I didn't do, but I will, because I feel like that's really gonna be launching my stuff. But yeah, I started working at L'avenue, which I thought at first was the best thing I've done. Like super cool vibe there. Like people are amazing. I still think the servers there are all amazing people. I really love them. Truly love them. They're so funny. Um, the manager was kind of odd from the beginning. He seemed chill, but at the same time I was like, oh, moody, very moody. Like, boop 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 boop. I wanted me. Yes, I didn't say that, but when I quit the kindergarten, I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth all the time. That's gonna be me. I quit my antidepressant cold turkey. Yeah, boy. Because I decided that it was bullshit. Like, things were going great on it. Like, right here, I'm gonna cut the video and, like, speak about antidepressant, like, how I quit it cold turkey.